the end of this video, at the intro or whatever, I'm going to show you guys how all of this works with this right here. Okay, this is the future of the FLB, and I'm going to show you how all of this is working, and explain it to you in depth. But so that means just watch the whole video, please. You're going to be pleasantly surprised when you see what's going on. This is the FLB with the update TradeShield. TradeShield is going to tell you whether you should be bearish, bullish, or no trade, right? And we had this big dump right here, and even I didn't listen to it, and I kept trying to buy this back up, and then I tried to sell it, and I got chopped out around here, and I finally said, you know what? The system works. It's simple. It's not complicated. There's no guessing. It says bearish. Go for shorts. Well, here you go. I said fine. All right. I waited for a rejection of the zone. I went for the short, and here's the video, right? It's amazing. Like, if you're trading some complicated, crazy ass shit where you're always guessing, stop doing it. Here you go. This works. Now we have TradeShield built into the FLB, and you trade off the zones. This was a DZE trade, dynamic zone execution trade, right? So we get a push up and a rejection of the zone with the actual beacon line, not just candles. And then there's the entry. You'll see my entry there where it dumps down and the beacon line's crashing out, and that's a momentum drop. So I get into the trade, and then my stop loss, I had it at the zone, and then I went break even at the institutional, and then all of a sudden I start noticing we're getting pullbacks and we're getting a little wicky and stuff. So I'm starting to just trail the stop down because I don't want to give any of this back, right? Because I was already in drawdown, and now I'm out of drawdown and in profit. And if you just follow this system, you're going to be fine. Like, don't stop with the complicated trading. Stop with the complicated shit. Stop with this PD array, ICV, IVG, VG, FVG, all that shit. Throw it out the window, man. I'm telling you right now, just do it. Just throw it out the window. Trade momentum candles off of zones. That's it. It's that simple. And with TradeShield, it makes it even easier. So just, if you're not using this, we have a free trial. Check it out. If you are using it, but you're not doing this, do this instead. It's so simple. Use the TradeShield. It's game changer. It's brand new and been added into the first light beacon. And if you go onto like a 30-minute time frame, look at the stats. It's 68% of the time when this thing says bearish. I put 500 days in. 500 days. That is 68% of the time when it says bearish is correct, or bullish is correct. If it says no trade, it's correct. Okay? And the stats are there, and you can't deny it anymore. The people that have been trying to deny that this is real, or tell people there's no edge and blah, 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 you can't do it anymore. The stats are on your screen. On your screen. All right. I hope you have the best fucking trading day that you could ever have using this system. All right. So I got this stat stuff like real big on the screen so you can see it. All right. This is what TradeShield is. This is what it's doing. I'm going to explain it to you. All right. And this is a sneak peek of what the future updates of the FLB are going to kind of look like, not with these zones or anything, but just the dynamic zones. We're going to be coloring based on direction, right? And then if there is no direction, we're going to be gray. So how this works, basically, so this is 500 days sampled, and we're getting 69.4% trend. What that means is if it went bullish or bearish, it stayed that way, right? Like this right here, boom, boom, it just kept going up. And then rotation means it rotated down through, and then yeah, and then we got our, bullish or bearish. But 69.4%, that's a massive edge. And this is over 500 days of sample, because you can come in here and hit the sample. Now this indicator is not available to the public. This is what's powering the trend, or the TradeShield, inside the FLB right now. Now let me explain to you what's going on. So this box right here is the opening range for the day, right? So it's the first 15-minute range for the daily, for the first 15 minutes of the 6 p.m. open, right? And then this right here is the daily FLB zone. So this is the daily candle right here turned into this, right? And when it breaks away from the orb, it triggers bullish, okay? And that's how the daily FLB algo actually works. And that's how it gets into its trades, is when that happens, it enters the long and then or the short, and it gets into the trade, right? So the theory behind this, and I was sitting in the shower thinking about the daily FLB, and I'm like, you know, how can I make it better, you know, or use it for everything else? And so this is giving us our bullish bias for this day, right? So it's green. Now here comes 930 right here, and we get a dump down, right? And then we get a shove right back up. Well, this is where you're going to get your no trade area, because look at what happens when stuff like this happens. If price is below the daily FLB but above the opening range, look at, we're chopped out, right? So that's where you're going to get the no trade signal, and that's why this is gray like that, right? Now today, this is today right now, the zone broke out at 9 o'clock. So we flipped bearish before the open, and look at what's happened. These are 30-minute candles. We are straight down, right? Now, this day right here, we flipped at bullish, right? And then here's 930 right here, coming down below the daily FLB, but coming right back up and continuing. So when we use our methods of entry, like our ERE trades, our DZE trades, this is going to tell you which direction you should go. So if you come up to a bearish end cap, you know not to short it, because we are bullish, right? And then, or scalping, right? And any other reason. So here we are again, we're bullish, we're breaking up above, and here's 930 right here. We know to be looking for buys, not shorts, okay? And then right here, we come up bullish this day on Thursday, the 26th, and then at 930, we break up right over it, and we know we're bullish at that point. We can start buying and finding buying opportunities, not trying to sell. Same thing here. Even when it's chopped out right at the open, we know buys, because it's telling us that. And we get into our smaller time frame and we use our tools. We use our 5-minute end caps, our 15-minute end caps, or the zones, and do DZE trades or ERE trades, however you want to do it. But you know which direction to go. What's your highest statistical win is going to be going up, right? Now, do you get your crash downs? Yes. Now, we have strategies for that, but for our newer traders, you don't want to be trying that stuff. You don't have the experience yet to be pulling off these dumps like this. Now, we do have simple setups for it, but they're a little more complicated, right? This is just to simplify it for everybody, especially newer traders, even advanced traders, to go, I'm getting tricked here. What is this thing telling me to do? And it's going to be right most of the time. Now, if you look at this flipped bullish, started to go bearish and came right back, right at 230. And then look at this 930 dump. Everybody and their mom was selling into this, and look, it came straight back up. You know when to get into this trade now. Watch this. I'm gonna replay this right here. This is a perfect example of when you should get back into a liquidation event, right? So here's that day. We dump down from 930. We crash under. It's saying don't do anything. We comes back up and it says get green. There's you. What am I doing here? Here's you a scalp up, right? But you can put your stop here and you can target these, something like that, right? Or you can just wait for end cap rejections. You're not going to get an end cap rejection here, I promise you. But right here you did, for sure. And this is a perfect pullback entry. You know to go long, and you're waiting for these liquidations. You're waiting for these liquidity sweeps. And look at this, was just a liquidity sweep, but we're green and we're pushing. We know not to sell. We know to buy, and look at what happens. Boom, straight back up, right? And that's just because it's telling you that. It's telling you, hey, we're bullish, and it's right. Look at the stats. There's people out there that are saying the FLB is fake and it doesn't work and it doesn't have any edge. Well, here, I'm sticking it to you. 500 fucking days says it does. It's telling you 500 days to follow the trend with 70% accuracy. So what does that mean? That means that 70% of the time when it broke into a bull trend or a bear trend, it never flipped. It doesn't. That's how it finds the stat. So if it goes up and it doesn't come back down, it considers it a full bullish day. This right here didn't count. This would go up and come down. That counts into the rotation right here, 30%. So what do you do when that happens? This usually happens at US session. So at US session, look at 9:30, boom, you're grayed out. You're doing nothing. And then it flips bearish. So you start looking for shorts instead of longs. So you see the rotation. You see that the rotation is real. Look at this day right here. Boom, we're bearish overnight. We come into 9:30 and look at this chop. Look at all this chop throughout 9:30. It's telling you not even to trade in there. It's telling you don't do it, right? It's telling you, look at it. That's what this gray means. Now in the FLB, it'll say no trade and it'll have X's on your screen in the current version, but this is going to be, this is what's powering that. This is just the logic behind it. It just isn't printing on the screen, so it doesn't fucking cloud your screen up. But this shit's real. And if you want real edge and you're sick and tired of the FEG, IFEG, PD array, this didn't work, order block didn't work, blah, blah, this worked, this didn't work, and 30% win rate, blah, 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 complicated bullshit. Here you go. Simple. Literally simple. This is what it looks like right now. Bearish or bullish. Stats are on the screen, right? Tells you that. This is my 4-hour zone right here. This is a 4-hour candle. I got into this short here. Boom, you just watched the video. And look at where it's rejecting right now. This is live. You can't look at, you're watching the timer, 44 minutes. Look at the rejection of this 4-hour end cap. See that? See that? There you go. And I mean, if you can do whatever you want to do, but I'm telling you right now, this is edge. This is edge, right? So I just wanted to explain to you what everything's going on. And then look at, I have put this logic into the trend bias on trend shift, right? And I'm on 30 minutes. That's not gonna work. There we go. But I like the 1 second. You get better executions. 1 second candles, regular candles. Look at regular candles. These are regular. I use 1 second for the executions. And with cross trade, these actually execute. And from yesterday, it made $1,200. So that is because it's 1 second candles. It's only gonna show data for it's the 28th. Yeah, so right here. See? And that's with a 1-to-1. So I usually drop this down to stop loss of 20, and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it actually loses. So maybe we should be doing 1-to-ones. I don't know, but I'm still working on this. I'm still trying to find the best fit, the best settings, since we have trend bias now. I don't know yet. So, but I just want to show you that I am actively putting in trend bias from the system into all of our algos. Anyways, you guys have a great one.